Now that's clear, he shouldn't be here, fairy godmother. Hello everyone, welcome back to Masquerade Shadow Edition. When I reach St. Patrick Cathedral, I'm greeted by a voice that greets me like a thief on tinfoil? What? Benoit? I think I remember him. Am I wrong? Well, the primordial daughter's return. The prodigal daughter. Primordial. Too many P's, too many R, too many Latin words, okay? I'm getting confused. Is it the guy that met the father, the priest? Oh my god, no. Why am I here? This is one thing I didn't want to happen. Julia, please. Thou shalt not take in the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Jesus Christ, you go around with that shit? Man. Man. Okay. Where's the father, Leonard? His clear duties keeping him from getting here on time. He sent me to apologize in his name and keep your company for a few minutes. That's the second thing he ought to be apologized for. Just want his flock to live in unity. I'm more than willing to oblige him. Why won't you? For the last time, I'm not part of this flock. We have a purely professional arrangement. Can I be honest with you? I thought he was much older. Because he is the same character that we met on the first game. But we decided to not pursue furthermore because I was more interested in other stories. So here we are back with the biblical stuff. Yeah! I know you see it that way. Tonight's clan tendency sticking close to the Catholic Church is their greatest feature, but I still consider this relationship purely instrumental. This is why we need kindred like you bring the spiritual change to your clan, to make them understand God's precious gift. The closer they get to the light, the greater the shadow will become. Again, with this insufferable sermonizing, Benoit Segal, here's the local nutjob and a net artist, a degenerate who had some sort of complete mental breakdown. In the 90s, to recover, he took to our religions for solace and guidance. At first, he proclaimed his readiness to devote the rest of his own life to studying Nordism. After a few years, thought he changed his mind, he joined a Catholic church instead. Okay. As I will have it, his neophyte zeal found a major target in me. When I first met him, I was stupid enough to tell him I was raised Catholic. I still identify as such somehow. I feel you. He immediately pictured me as some sort of a force for change within the Camarilla and set out to put me back on the righteous path. Now he won't stop preaching to me apparently until I become a nun. How do you become a nun? Remember, the darkest place is directly beneath the candle. Your turncoats have this unfortunate predisposition to find salvation right within our grasp and then lose your way into the shadows. Christ, once he starts, he just won't stop. Don't you feel ill every time you are here? Or at least in person with Leonard, with Priest? Guys, it's time to bring out the big guns. By the way, I was meaning to ask, got any news about Sophie Langley? The big guns! Finally, the big guns! A painful grimace crosses his face but doesn't linger. Cannot really change the subject, you know? Not really. Really, I'm just looking for a topic both sides of this conversation would care about. You know, like any guide on ethics says you should. Salvation is a topic close to anyone's heart, whether they admit it or not, and it's pretty bold of you to assume I still care about Langley. Why? I do not assume as certain you do. The second she retires from the public eye, you stop acting like Jesus era Kanye. It's acting like Jesus in King era Kanye. Coincidence? What's the difference? I never had a Jesus era. Do people really call it that? I don't know. I don't even know what it means. What the heck is a Jesus era? I don't know. Okay, for people that don't know enough about Kanye, it's an album if I'm not wrong. Here's how it's going to work. Tell me what you know, I'll tell you what they say. And keep in mind, I didn't know she was your sire until a few nights ago. Hell, I even met her. So Langley was... Oh, interesting. That explains why he knew about the place. Like my place. My place! My office! He winces a bit at me as saying, hell, but let's get go. So I figure you will have brought it long ago if you knew. But what do you care anyway? I mean, she's pretty dead, that's for sure. But to let you drone on about your tormented past and you let you carry on with your good missionary shtick. Professional courtesy, once a journalist, always a journalist. He scratched his head, then exhaled in a sad mockery of a chuckle. Fine then, I'll do my best to make it short, just like you said. Sophie Langley, every New York kindred beloved socialite, was my sire. We first met sometime after World War II. I left France right before the Nazis went around the Maginot Line. I struggled to keep my siblings alive with my art. Watched my brother die during the flu epidemic of the 43. Was close to losing my mind. That's when she showed up, say, the sheer torment in my words called her eye. She became my patron, allowed my talents to flourish and supported me financially. Eventually, she embraced me. As well of kindred, my artistic interests started to naturally deviate from what they used to be back when I was poor. Mortal upstart, I began to see the world the way her social circle does. And that she couldn't forgive. Instead of being a fun novelty, I became just another part of the malice surrounding her. She grew distant and then stopped seeing me altogether. I had my share of meltdowns because of this. I won't deny that I locked myself out of many career opportunities, but it was an important lesson. Don't trust your elders. Fair enough. Vampirism affects them psychological as well. If they take interest in you, they won't stop until they suck your soul dry and then discard you like a broken toy. For the first time since I've known him, Seagull registered to me as in something other than a Bible thumping nuisance. It is compassion, I feel. I find him relatable. How dreadful. Is it possible he's strategically trying to elicit sympathy? Maybe he heard about my dramatic exit from Lodestar. Maybe he's just alluding the way my sire left me here to fend for myself. Is she still alive? I'm a little bit confused. It is, only God will never lead you astray. This is why I find your acts so frustrating, Julia. You're so close to getting it, but you choose sin instead. I'm dead! I'm a vampire, I'm dead. I don't have more soul. There is the Benoit Segal I know, almost had me fooled, let me get back on track. What about Langley disappearance from the city? Her path was a road to perdition. Wherever she ended up, I doubt she is too happy about it. She had plans for the future of the city, and to make it her ultimate artwork. She was always the vain one. And of course, you are completely sure you have nothing to do with her disappearance. Please don't tell me you're getting at what I think you're getting at. Everybody says you'll be acting like you're trying to repent for something ever since her vanishing act. And you'll got a motive. Of course I'm getting at what you're thinking I'm getting at. Benit shake his head. You really have the devil in your heart, Julia. Always testing me. Just asking what everyone is thinking. Are they? Now, listen, I'm familiar with a lot of the insults attached to my name in this city. Those aren't exactly compatible with the image of a ruthless killer. I mean, you don't know? Killer, huh? Not that interesting, haven't said anything about killing. He scrubbed his hands over his forehead and collected himself before responding. Stop picking apart every word I say in this completely unpleasant way. Here's a statement if you really want to know. Miss Hercule Poirot. I believe Sophie, the way I knew her, has met her end, even if she's still walking this earth. She wouldn't come back here as the same prideful aristocrat. She'll have to undergo a spiritual rebirth. What spiritual rebirth? She was decapitated in front of me. Someone has reminded her of her place. Her former friends talk to her in hushed voices. Even the servant play toy of her went missing. So I disappeared. No more Camarilla parties, she's done for. Whatever happened to her, I don't know. I swear on Jyhad and his sandals. I had nothing to do with it. Why his sandals? But yeah, I'm still here. And she's not! It's not a reason to gloat, but to the more humble, I received a sign from God telling me to re-examine old unfortunate ways. I still resemble Sophie Langley. And I listened. I rejected the pride I shared with her. I renewed my vows to God, recommitted to preaching His greatness. I mean, this is why we're having this conversation in the first place. Right now, when I think of Langley influence on my life, I'm grateful because she was a sign that got me here. And if God wills it, maybe one day you'll look at her the same way, Julia. Mental note, whenever he circles back to his preachy tone, it's time to intervene. Alright. If it makes you feel any better, I think that the only way to wimp like you could have hurt her was by boring her death with Bible quotes. Now then, quid pro quo. Tit for that. This was new. You were saying people still talk about me. I was curious if... oh look, who's finally here? Study for time worked. Father Leonard rushed in our direction, carrying a folder of documents under his arm. Assume it's the one I came for. Father Leonard? Okay, is that different, Father? Christ be praised, Julia. Yesterday I was told this is how priests greet their parishioners in Eastern Europe. Forever and ever, amen. Actually, I think we said each other lines. Never mind, another long night? Isn't it taking a toll on you? Oh, no need to worry. These days I sleep a few hours a day. Short naps take care of the rest, and there's always work to be done. I apologize for being late. At least I managed to get here before you and Benoit went for each other's throats. Good, I was getting worried. Oh, who do you take me for, Father? He takes you for a total bozo who's about to affect our converted people as a documentary about pedophilia in the Catholic Church. He's just too kind to say it out loud. Oh. Ouch, hear what I have to deal with, Father. But don't worry, we'll make a saint out of her yet. Forget saint for now, I'd settle for an adult in the room. He's 70 years old there. That's what you are for. Must be aggressive much. Excuse me? Asking for an adult in the room is not solving a problem, it's abdicating responsibility. Julia, you know exactly what I mean, so please don't get smart with me. Then don't you sound like my mother then? An adult in the room, Julia, all I'm asking for here. He gives me the folder he was carrying with him. And I pass him the reports I wrote earlier tonight. Among kindred, it is common knowledge that the Catholic Church is one of the Lasombra greatest assets. Hell, it might even be one of the main reasons that Camarilla is slowly warming up to the country. Really? The Catholic Church? What's up with the Catholic Church? We are technology impaired and as such woefully unprepared to face the challenge of communicating in the 21st century. How to handle advanced encryption when you can't even unlock a smartphone. This is where the Vatican connection entered into the picture. A web of priests scattered all around the world exchange our dispatch between each other, making sure they all reach their destination in total secrecy. I was told not everyone in the Holy See is friendly to our kind, but the most shrewd and talented usually are. You could say they are like a mortal Camarilla, better than any intelligence agency. Remember what happened to John Paul when he attempted to uncover the working of the Institute for the Works of Religions? Theft after 33 days of papacy, rumor of CSA and Masonic involvement. What the heck? What? There was a Pope called John Paul? Is this even true? 33? Oh, okay. Holy shit, holy shit, he's the briefest one. 33 days. Elected into 26th August 1978. Oh god. 33 days, yeah, there's an actual Pope. Papa Giovanni Paolo I is the first one, there's even the second one. Oh my god. 33 days. He died after 33 days. They actually requested an autopsy, but they refused to give one because it was not requested from the protocol. There's a lot of theory actually. Oh, that's so fascinating. There is actually some complotistic theory, as a matter of fact. And one of them was actually the one that was discussed, I think, here. Fascinating. Oh god. 33 days, man. The briefest one. Wow. The fact that the link between the things, this guy, whoever wrote this guy, is definitely someone who loves these complotistic things, and is definitely a fan of Joe Rogan. Not that Father Leonard has anything to do with any of this. Are we going full John Wick? The universe of John Wick. That would be so fucking funny. For a Catholic priest, he's alright. He probably have made me stay believer a few years longer than I did had I known him as a teenager. Leonard is intelligent, kind, helpful towards his parishioners, treats his superiors with a healthy dose of skepticism, and is not involved in any sort of political church games. Or at least not beyond helping me contact my bosses in Chicago every other night or so. My new boss? He knows about the Kindred, he knows about the Second Inquisition. Yes. He opted to avoid the latter in order to keep the former from oppression, because according to him, it's the right thing to do. What so, was not applied, Second Inquisition? I'm a little bit confused by that. I thought it was in course, because they literally went in my room and fucking shot me. I know there's got to be something wrong with him, some self-motivation maybe, and I haven't nailed it down yet, but it doesn't feel like he's making an effort to hide it, so I'm giving him a pass. By the way, I hope you don't mind, I really took the liberty of asking how your parents are doing. Thank you, Father, but you shouldn't have. Not a problem, a priest of Santa Stanislaus. Not a problem! There's the information that you clearly didn't care. Oh, Stanislaus Koska is a good friend. He say your parents started showing up every Sunday again. From Rose, your father's looking better and better. It makes me feel nothing, but I still give him a token of note and a grateful smile. Thank you, Father Leonard. Now if you excuse me, the sunrise is almost here. Yes, be careful and God bless you. Amen! Goodbye, Julia. I'll let you off the hook this time, but next time you won't be so lucky, right? Yeah, great, Benoit. Get the fuck out of my face. Sure, just one more thing on my never-ending list of events I'm not looking forward to. Guess it's time to call it a night. Peace! Tadaima! Finally, you're doing alright? I thought we could not contact... She's not a vampire. I thought we could not contact people. Fine, I guess. Why aren't you asleep? I figure it's finally time for me to become more of a night owl. We'll talk about making our schedule sync better. Watch your vitamin D. I'll kill to have your skin. We're ashamed to waste it. Should I have smoked so much before you got bitten, sweetheart? Should I share your skincare routine with me back when I was still breathing? I can't just be going around sharing my one secret weapon. It's top secret stuff. MK ultra level. Jeffrey, I've seen current whereabouts level. I have to kill you if I told you. A secret weapon too? I love you too, hon. I love you too, hon. Come on, what's with the attitude? Nothing, I just thought we're both all hiding secret from each other. Yes, I was wrong, but okay, I get it, I really do. If they discover this, she's super dead and you are extra dead. Time out, don't you're not really mad, are you? No, it's just my inner asshole teasing you. Never mind, I feel like more self-conscious than usual tonight. Don't! You want me to do your makeup before you go to sleep? Yes, please. No need. No need? We're supposed to have some sort of big party tomorrow night. Nope. I was involved into backstage stuff. What makes you think I was invited? Because you are the coolest, cutest, and most of all around amazing person I know. It'd be insane not to put you on the shortlist. Believe it or not, but most vampires are pretty insane. Guess what? Interdimensional psychic vampire level insane, because that's how crazy they have to be near you like this. Yeah, I will say so. Fuck them, and a big bunch of posh dicks. They hate you because they ain't you, but they'll see. Jesus, how do you do it? The what? You have sold me with so much of this weird, stupid positivity that I cannot react to I cannot react to it without completely shifting my mental attitude. How do you do it? Oh, that's very easy. Do you remember how I told you we have this spiritual connection? I can sense what you feel and want. You can sense what I feel too. If you really focus. I don't have a spirit anymore. How do you fucking sense it? Yeah, I think I call it a big load of bullshit. Said a girl who talks to ghost. But watch this, Agent Scully. I sense you're feeling down and realize what you really need to end this night. She points to one of her drawers. It's one where she keeps her supply of ketamine? Come on, ketamine? What? No, wrong. What? Ketamine? No, wrong door. We are not meeting demons, we are meeting angels. MDMA? Wait, what? Do drugs work on me? Ding ding ding! Took a half an hour ago. Perfect timing, thanks to our spiritual connection. Ready to fly away? Timothy isn't right, I need music. You need music, I guess. Got a special SoundCloud playlist ready to go. Prepare specifically to uplift one Julia Sowinski. Just me and Sanya and Oppress today. Yes, us. You're impossible. I thought drugs don't work on vampires, right? That's why you love me, I hope. I give up. Come here, let me have a taste of you. You're gonna suck her dry? Maybe this one time at the high won't end. Things to do on New York. So I don't need to drink blood anymore. Okay, tomorrow, I guess. Let's rest. Oh, so I leave with Dakota. I leave Dakota's apartment as soon as the sun goes down. Yesterday was fun, but I always feel a little nervous when I spend too much time with her. She never lets me escape from being the center of attention. It's exhausting. Who is the true vampire in there? At least the last time I spent with her, the happier she is to see me again. It's a three-act balance though. I'm grateful for her presence in my life, but never mind. What's on my list of chores tonight? Ah yes, only one thing. Don't show up to the party at that hole. Well, it is the rare night where I don't have anything to do. Might as well take a trip around the city and see what's up. I may fix myself a little drink while I am out. I know we couldn't drink. I work in the park. I was especially fond of park now, and one of the kindred I can finally see them appear. Past midnight they become a surprisingly good hunting ground. Probably in the habit. I need to break out of this mood, go somewhere I never visit, see something, and avoid thinking truly, oh, what is the least place to go to? Live a little. Who the fuck is this dude? Okay, let's go there. Convy Island? What was I thinking? I mean, even the most hopeless introverts yearn for company every now and then. Being the company of someone they know or a total stranger revealing themselves to be their soulmate they always sought. Even for someone as neurotic as me, there's something in the idea of briefly trading your individualism for a place in the ground. Do I need to feed? You can just wander around and stare like a peeping Tom hidden in plain sight. Is there anything missing from the shell of my previous social life? Is that intangible sensation being part of a living mess? But really, Coney Island? Yeah, Coney Island of all places. Why Coney Island? What was I thinking? Surely it's my ID finally revealing that I've been missing all along. All my sick soul really wanted was to nibble a Williams caramel apple while taking an overpriced Wonder Wheel ride? Well, I'm here. Might as well try to list one of those tourist traps. Spookarama, Wonder Wheel, Thunderbolt, Spookarama? What? The actual places, I believe? Okay, let's go to Spookarama. I've never been to Coney Island, but I kind of recognize it. A goofy-looking rubber cyclops hanging over entrance, and the haunted house has somehow cheap but inviting appearance. I think I even went inside in a video game. I pay for the ticket, hope I see more of shit sort of cash. I don't stick around until the end of Storm out through the emergency exit. Jesus, I died. I drank a rat blood once, I lost the ability to use modern technology, and with all that in mind I still consider this to be the worst experience yet. I did drink a rat blood? Why? Not that I expected anything else, but still I'm not sure what I was hoping for. Okay, amidst the cloud of cigarette smoke I notice an old woman perched silently by the wall. She looks like one giant wrinkle, but her gaze is lively and pierces right through me. I pulled the crumbled package out of my pocket, my last smoke. As I raised the lighter, some pompous dick preoccupied with his visibly bored girlfriend shoves the cigarette out of my hand. Somehow his half-ass apology that pisses me off the most. The urge to drink him dry is strong, but I let it pass. I look beneath my feet, I can hear the old crone cackling and my cigarette sinks into the only puddle in the vicinity. Fuck. Then towards the exit I notice some brawny dude closing in on me. The way he's dressed has the same uncanny aura of Steve Buscemi walking through a high school corridor in a skater outfit, except that Steve Buscemi is 1,000 times cooler than this guy. He gets right in my face and hands me a cigarette, pulling up a rather annoying smirk. Having a bad night, blockhead? Having a bad night, sweetheart? He was fine up to this point. And it was until you came along. He completely disregarded my reluctance and starts waving his hands erratically like a second-hand mime. That's a shame, but hey, you seem like a girl who likes to have fun. I know these things, I have something here, just for you. Wanna check it out? Throughout this bizarre peacock dance, his colorful wristband pops out from behind his leaves. Shit man, how clueless can you be? Is this a hidden camera show? Or maybe you're just some newbie being hazed by the rest of your undercover unit? He really thinks I'll take the bait, unbelievable. Okay, smartass, you're on. Well, what are you saying? Keep talking? Why won't you follow me to my stash? I've got dope. Wow, just wow. Let me stop you right there, Tony Montana. Less than 10 seconds and you rush straight to the finish line, also dope. Your poor soul. You're also your dab. Who put you up to this? I seem to have struck a nerve and then he doesn't know how to handle it. Come on, big guy, just give me a reason. Well, fuck you too, bitch. That's just rude, and begs for a reaction. Scared the haunted house visitors. He freezes in place as I gaze into his eyes, point my finger at the haunted house right. Go inside, pretend to be a real monster. The guard quickly waddles through the front entrance of the Spookarama, leaving the ticket seller flabbergasted with his impudence. A moment later, I see a member of staff wrestling with a wannabe drug dealer. He's doing his best werewolf impression and tearing off his shirt. Two casually dressed guys sharing similar light blue wristband jumps to the scene, taking out their badges and frantically trying to stop their body from biting them. Says enough to put a smile on my face. See the old crane rolling into the eye, laughing her heart out of that big sudden makes the whole County Island trip worthwhile. She applauds me from afar. No one but me seems to notice. Maybe there is something more to this place after all. I casually wave back at the old lady and just take my leave. I guess there's enough human interaction for one night. Once more, big beat, BBB into the last fast food joint I'll ever know. I'll have the usual, the coffee. First time I used this line, I wasn't sure it would work, but I gained enough authority among the staff that it does. The cashier just smiled, nods and charged me for one black coffee. I can imagine them instructing the newbies, see that emo weirdo? Here's how it is, she always orders a single cup of coffee, nothing else, and she doesn't even drink it. Probably wouldn't take a single sip if I was still alive. This stuff is just trash, but at least being a buying customer gives me an excuse to sit here for as long as I want. I wish to could use one of those self-order kiosks to minimize human contact, but touchscreen don't exactly like me. Not too long ago, I managed to blue screen 10 of them in a row. Okay, what? So we don't have control of it? So we don't have, like, you know, I thought we have a control of it. We are literally an MP grenade. Just touch and explode. As well as the good news is, it doesn't look like I have anything to do tonight. The bad news is, because every kindred who matters is having fun with the art hole right now. It's not like I wanted to go, I just wanted them to invite me so that I could tell them to fuck off. Just wanted to go in and just do this and then leave. I scanned the entrance to the restaurant through my peripheral vision. I'm naively hoping someone will come and save me from misery, I guess I am. Please, 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 let somebody come and get me out of here. A prince, a princess, a knight in a shiny armor, a fairy godmother, a passing husband, big bad wolf, Mila Jovovich. Who is Mila Jovovich? Vin Diesel, Azalea Banks. Still, what the heck is Azalea Banks? I'll take anyone at this point. Keanu Reeves! Keanu Reeves! Visualizing tapping into the power of my subconscious, materializing my dreams. Nope, doesn't work. Look like you're suddenly stuck being nobody in the corner of a shitty restaurant. Sweet little Julia, and life's a bitch, and then you don't even die. I'm trying to read a book about sprite analysis I stole from Dakota from a while. Can be found it too mentally taxing, as we should pretend to read a Stephen King book, which I also stole from Dakota. You kind of laugh about it. I read some of those psychology books. Holy shit! I guess over 120 pages. I think I only understand 20 pages. There was so much shit on level. Jesus. After terrifying realization that it was written in the last 15 years and therefore contains no amusing dragged out rants about the troubled childhood in Maine, I reached back to looking for the art entrance. That party must be stuffy and trashy and boring. It's boring. Trust me with that. Very boring. Very posh. At this point, I'm no longer looking for salvation. I'm asking for amusement. But it doesn't come. All I got is a boring bosons in a norm core clothes. They walk in, take care of their business without doing anything to amuse me, and walk out. A few minutes after I lose all hope, a tall, elegant man marches in with a spring in his step. He looks around impatient, irritated that he noticed the person he was looking for and reacts with whisper relief. He gallantly approaches my table, looks at me and says, "There you are. Kadir? 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 Now that's good. He shouldn't be here, fairy godmother." Oh my god! The option! Oh, I love all of them! Big Man Wolf, Vin Diesel? Next time my prayers will answer, Vin goddamn Diesel is here! Ready to take me away from this dreadful place in his shiny Dodge Charger. Is Michael Rodriguez in trouble again? Not Michael. Michael Rodriguez. Is Michelle Rodriguez in trouble again? Have you made up with The Rock? Will you get justice for Han? He's still alive! How are we going to race? Will you teach me how to live my life a quarter mile at a time? My dumb attempt at self-amusement doesn't faze him at all. He doesn't even roll his eye, he just stares at me blankly. Grab your stuff and get in my car, now! Just like, a little bit of information, no? He still leaves no room for doubt, something bad has happened. I want to ask what, but whenever he is in, I will simply ignore all the dumb shit you say mode. I know better than to ask a question. Instead, I suddenly follow him to the exit, he guides me to his car. I just hope I haven't messed anything up again, I don't think I have, but have I? Career cars as usual. He gave me the back seat, he doesn't always uneasy. Yeah, there it is, there's the mirror. The famous mirror! He looks less mean here, I don't know why. On the first one, he looks freakishly mean. Always uneasy when the passenger seat is taken. Doesn't want anyone to limit his peripheral vision, he says. Normally I catch him observing me in the rear view mirror, but this time he's watching the street. More tense than usual, something must have caught him off guard. I got my seatbelt on, my popcorn ready. What's up? The awkward silence feels like it will last forever. Eventually he finds the right words and speaks up. 6 weeks ago, the prince told me to parlay with the Anarch in the docks, remember? Did it happen? Yeah, you and me made me tag along and that I could learn something about politics. So it turned out politics means something awfully similar to watching my drunken family shout at each other at the wedding party. There was this man who didn't need to shout to make my blood boil, the meanest one in the room, the leader, white hair, monocle, musty clothes, Jyhad? With his fucking Pollock cunt. Scrooge McDuck, yeah, how I could forget, a lot of panache. Old-timey bravado and gender insult flung my way. What happened to Toki? What was his name? Something British? Anything Hollywood? Callahan? Baron Callahan, Douglas. Boss Callahan. Right, it's 2020, but the man's opinion and ideas were stuck in 1920. Weren't the Anarch supposed to be the progressive option? Never understand why they put up with him. He has his way to predicting which way the wind will blow. Anytime Camarilla or the SI hit the Anarchs, it was the faction opposed to him that were hurt, the luckiest bastard in the world. Do you even believe in luck? I don't, but it sure looks like his luck has finally run out tonight. Uh-huh. I'm curious. Wait, don't tell me. He's dead? Deader than that? I'm 99% sure the bastard met his final death. Ooh, how come? How do you know? We got trustworthy sources in the Anarch inner cycles. Looks like all hell is about to break loose. There is an emergency meeting at the Arthur. Jesus, and you're bringing me with you? Why? Because you were on the way, because I could, because I should. Okay, you might not be important to the member of the court, but are still an asset to the sect, symbolically at least. And I justify sneaking you into the party, claiming it's for your own protection. As always, my very own Vin Diesel takes care of his family. I love it. Family, motherfucker. Wait a minute though, the party is still happening? I called the prince, told her the best course of actually stopping it, and started listening security protocols. I am prepared for these sort of situations. She interrupted me halfway through and told me, we will discuss the subject face to face. Okay, that's awesome. Doesn't sound like she was interested. The party is that important, huh? Politics is that important. I don't know if he's trying to convince me or himself. And once again, politics sounded a lot like a bunch of party-loving assholes shouting at each other. Don't worry, this isn't the kind of, how should I call it, governing issue the likes of you and I tend to deal with. And how would you describe the governing issue we tend to deal with? Shoveling ourselves out of shit. As usual, he seems a little embarrassed for cussing or for being too honest. Either way, it's cute. No argument here. Nothing to say about that. And that's where the conversation ends. We stay silent as the car rides off towards Denver. He's a puppet too, right? Sayonara, asshole. And here I am, the only place I didn't expect to visit tonight. The art hall. Guessing by the sound, the inside seems lively, even if they know it's an emergency. They simply don't care. What you standing around for? You still need an invitation? No idea, do I? I think the bouncer will let you in. The bouncer? There's a bouncer? Really? There's a bouncer? Do you need a bouncer? Yes, and he's standing right in front of you. Just start walking well. It's me! Can't even be like, it's fucking me! Just get the fuck in! And here I am among partying elites. It's stuffy and boring as expected, but hey, at least it's exclusive. The title Panhard came up with this yearly gathering is called Celebration of Power, an invitation to re-examine the relationship between our undead bodies and the space they inhabit. The week-long event is packed as sort of performance art piece, meant to make the kindred who are involved celebrate their potential instead of despairing at their monstrous nature. We need to counter-program the omnipresent image of tragic vampirism, with image that remind us we have inherited Earth and are now free to remake it in our image, is the way our prince puts it. To this end, she organized a series of exhibits, concerts, fireworks, parties, business meetings, etc., etc. Of course, the parties and business meetings are the most important. But what? My prince? What the fuck? What the fuck? Let me rephrase it. What the fuck? Kadir, finally! Saint with angelic wings, a holy patron of New York City. I take a good look around, I hope the figures here are dressed like they are attending a masquerade ball. Finally, the masquerade. The other half are religious figures, either demonic or saintly. I have to admit I don't fully understand the theme here. I know Panhard based on psychomagic, a sort of a shamanic psychotherapy using the power of art. Simply put it, it's a holy mass of unholy mass in equal measure, a set of ritual meant to make the participant wholeheartedly accept they are both the worst and the best this earth has to offer. Put on these marks, at the very least, you're standing out. Sorry, here. I heard the aesthetic base of this part is the black mass in the film Eyes Wide Shut. Some think this decision means Panhard is stone deaf, but it's quite the contrary. She knows the Anarchs are constantly looking for ways to undermine her through art and rhetoric, that point of glaring contradiction in her theoretically benevolent rule. But instead of denying and suppressing aesthetic design to criticize the elites, she embraced them instead of risking a strings and effect she effectively defends the opposition. The resistance becomes a part of the system, and both the Camarilla and the Anarchs get the same message. Don't think of it as a pathology. I think of this as a new normal. I collect the key advices. If you've already been told to come here, I don't think there's a need for us to hold the meeting in a particularly secluded place. We'll just do it over there. Are you certain? Absolutely. Wait, is that Miss Mo? Wait, is that Miss Whiskey I see behind you? Let's get here. I'm afraid so. I'm afraid so. I collected her on my way here because of her roles as a Lasombra representative. Just say politically hostage. The people haven't made it perfectly clear that what's gonna happen with my parents back in Chicago if I go against you. Great. I realized she might become a target and decided to hide her at the art hole. Putting all my eggs in one basket will make my job easier. I look for a safe place for her to spend the night. Oh, it's you. Let's just stay with you for now. As me, right? Asmai. Oh, goddammit. That is the time of the assassins. I didn't notice him sneak up on us. Nice get up. He's always there. Are you absolutely sure? But of course, everything we say here is going to become an open secret in a matter of minutes. Prince Panhard has already come up with appropriate messaging. Out of the corner of my eye, I spot an elderly vampire guiding a young, fashionable human girl towards the basement, led like a lamb to the slaughters. I'm quite confident that Hogue, Agathon, Kaiser, no, maybe Kaiser, not so sure about Kaiser, but I think Kaiser is more like equal opportunistic, even though he saved me, and myself. I believe we decided to go against them, so I think we didn't drink the blood from Thomas, so we become all enemy, and all the other friend that we made. So I'm guessing also Angelo, maybe Angelo, and Tamaki, which we failed miserably in our last adventure. So they're probably gonna be antagonists to the Camarilla here. Out of the corner of my eye, I spot an elderly vampire guiding a young, fashionable human girl towards the basement, led like a lamb to the slaughter. Oh my god. Let's not think too deeply about what's going on underneath this place. Before everyone gets here, I like to secure the perimeter. Easy now, as me. All of the appropriate security protocols for you are already active. Me and the priest have already pulled some string as well. The situation is mostly under control. Mostly under control, never let anyone sleep any easier. Alas me, I know that as the prince's sword, you're aching for blood, but you have to accept that, like most weapons known to man, you're most effective hitting the sheet. Listen here now. Looks like a fascinating philosophical discussion he's making. Looks like something very interesting is talking about here. I'm forced to interrupt, Prince Panhard. All of a sudden, Samira appears between the two men. Her calm and collected voice completely changes the atmosphere. I suspect of herself professed a protector of the peace. Samira, I hope you're enjoying yourself. To be quite honest, I feel out of place. Me too. She nods and smiles at me, probably to signal she takes solace in not being the only person in the room who feels like a fish out of the water. Especially now, seeing as I heard this meeting is meant for those of greater stature than mine. Nonsense, we have delicate matters to discuss, one that might requires severe judgment down the road. I think you understand why I wished for a child of Hakim to be involved. So I also believe Mia and Toki made it out alive. Of course, what is with the expression, he quickly collects himself. Look who's joining us. The High Regent of the Chantry of the Five Buru, Lady Eileen Storinbridge, walks up to the group in our outfit. I would have never imagined her pretending everything is part of the course. Oh. I'm devil, yeah. Prince Banhal, the Sherry, the Harpy, and the Banu Hakim, Primogen. Are we still waiting for someone? It's almost here, shining even more brightly than usual, Aileen. I adore your outfit, Samira. I wish the prince allowed the same amount of effort from me. And for one, I'm glad she didn't particularly love those horns. Thank you for reminding me. I put them on the prince's behest, but I believe she had more than enough fun. We're waiting for someone? No, not yet, as well, this will do for now, but you are not off the hook yet. I pay a costly price to see you like this. Both Kadir and the prince's voice are strained whenever they attempt humor. Their minds are obviously elsewhere, and it's not a happy place. Arturo, on the other hand, seems calm. He's having fun. We'll celebrate our power in different ways, I suppose. Now, what is this about? Just a moment over here, Edison. The Camarilla infamous spokesman pushed towards us in wheelchair by his servant. Pain servant. Helen, everyone, I certainly hope this is something important. But a commanding tone, seeing as Payne cannot communicate normally, his servant relayed his words to us instead, a portion snobby enough to make me believe I'm listening to his master's voice. Carter won't join us, Carter? He gave me a fair warning he might not make it tonight. I messaged him the details. I have to find time to meet him later than finding time searching for lost time, as well as it's all I do nowadays, and there's never enough. I guess now you understand why I insisted this event must last all week. Okay, so many esteemed guests, many of them from out of town, each deserving at least a few hours. The figure in the wheelchair waves his hand impatiently. Yes. Let us cut to the chase now, shall we? That might be the wisest course of action, my prince. So these are all the inner circle, right, Arturo? My prince, everyone, let me begin by stressing these important points. The situation is largely under control, the negotiations are underway. The situation is more tense than dangerous. We're safe. Let me repeat, we are safe. And with that out of the way, here's a big news. Baron Callahan, de facto leader of Anarch in New York City, met his final death in his office tonight. How did you find out? We have a good friend near his office. Their intel is as accurate as it gets. We also established a negotiation channel with the Anarchs. They gave us all the confirmation we needed. Was our court involved in his destruction? Looking her in disbelief. So does everyone else. Not that the same thought hasn't passed through my head, but to simply exclaim it like that. Oh, spare me the bitches, signally. I thought we were being transparent here. Don't give a damn if we took care of Callahan or not. Just want to have a clear idea on what I'm dealing with. Yes, a clear answer. I need that too. To my knowledge, none of us present here ordered his destruction, nor did we participate in it. Unless someone wants to confess, it's now or never. Of course, nobody speaks up, so Arturo pretends to clear his throat. That's our position. As well, Camarilla's ruling body has nothing to do with it. And for all intents and purposes, his Anarch contenders had more interest in removing him than we did. The interest is sure to manifest in one way now. His former enemy will prop him up as a martyr for the cause. Yes, which is why we sadly cannot just leave the Anarchs to their own device. As much try to avoid recognizing their sect in a way, we offer to assist them in an official investigation. Addison Payne, wrinkled face, controlled slightly. Let me just ask you one question. Do you realize those curs have no respect for our tradition? Yes. We do, Addison, but as a veteran politician, you should be deeply familiar with the words controlled opposition, which they had. Yes, for now it's impossible to fully contain the Anarch threat in New York. For now, our only option is to prop up a candidate who will offer the least resistance to our future plans for the city. I'm quite confident our past self has a little bit a hand in it. We send our hand to the most promising contender, giving a way to present himself as a diplomat, a man of reasonable compromise. The rabble falls in line. The viewers grow angry and alienated. We already contacted the best possible person in their sect. He will oversee the investigation. It's in his best interest to show he's able to resolve the situation calmly. Is that good enough? Okay. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe all my opinion, all my theory was wrong. Edison ponders the question for a while, then waves his hands again. It is, proceed. If anything, nobody's paying attention to me now, right? Keep in mind, Mr. Payne, our man's people will still barely tolerate us, and the situation is volatile. The other faction with it that's sorry excuse for a sect might still try to escalate the conflict. I'll do my best to solve this situation as fast as possible. How so? Kadir is momentarily taken aback by Arturo's question. I volunteer to coordinate the case with the Anarchs, of course. I refuse, you have more important duties to focus on. Once more, Kadir is stunned. All due respect, Prince, but if you don't consider me capable of tackling this issue, attending to my usual duties are the same, then you gravely underestimate me. Your penchant for working yourself to the bone is well known as appreciated by everyone in this room, Sheriff, but so is your perfectionism. If we do grant your wish and let you investigate while still fulfilling your routine obligation, can you guarantee you're going to give both these tasks your best? I can guarantee something very close to my best. Close to your best doesn't cut it as me. As my? I keep misreading it. I don't know. Not when the vulture are all out in force. Calihan destruction is sure to cause unrest among the Anarchs. There's an obvious outlet for their pent-up rage. I want to make this perfectly clear. The celebration will continue as planned, no matter what. This is why your presence here is absolutely necessity. Sheriff will rely on your constant protection. I feel a little weirded out. Are they trying to hire someone? Like are they trying to make it more favorable to them? So this is why they are so desperate for this week. I believe they unleash something. With that, what happened? Of course, my prince, we must be on constant vigil for a few days. Alas, my sword must be constantly pointed at the enemies surrounding us. The time of the Baron distraction is impeccable. The Anarch leaders are sure to point out to us and claim we are shamelessly celebrating his end. Does anybody believe it's just a coincidence? Murders are messy, almost as messy as politics. It's impossible to reliably predict the outcome of any violent action. I think it'd be wise of us to brace for a lot of unfortunate coincidence. Alien? In any case, the rabble cannot get the impression that their power struggles are of great concern to us, but they also cannot think we have something to hide. Which brings me to my point. We do need a symbolic gesture when displaying especially measured intensity. The best bet is to humble diplomatic envoy, a low-level official acting as an investigator of sorts. I implore you, Prince. Kadir. I think they're gonna send me, Julia! Julia to the mission! He hides his tongue and struggles to collect himself. I rarely see him lose his temper. At least where the Camarilla is involved. What's going on? I wonder about your suggestion. For this role, after all, this is not particularly prestigious, but carries a lot of responsibility. We're still talking about Camarilla representative. Oh, I think they're a very obvious candidate. Both he and Kadir look at me simultaneously. Everyone else in the room does too. Fuck. No, wait. He cannot be possibly me! Miss Julia, once again. Your full name eludes me at the moment. And am I allowed to speak? Or maybe I should wait for permission. Before I make up my mind, to Sheriff sinks deeply and speaks up. Sowinski. Miss Julia Sowinski. Right. I understand you used to be an investigative journalist before your embrace. That's correct. Among other than Banu Hakim, Primogen insisted that you are worthy of greater privileges, should be given a chance to prove yourself. Okay. Tamir measured Arturo with suspicion. Yes. Do you still think she's capable? She looks at me deep in the eye. I swear she's telepathically trying to tell me, please, please, please don't fuck this up, you dumbass little white girl. Of course. Good, and I'm sure that you, as I, have no problem with your protege embarking on this mission, save for the pain a mother feels when watching her child leave the nest. Whether I do or don't is not particularly important right now, is it? It absolutely is. Panhard backing of Arturo momentarily blindsides me. Okay. Prince Panhard, if Arturo plan is reckless, I want you to tell me. I need a simple yes or no answer. Is the girl capable? No, he knows he's left with no choice. I wouldn't trust her. Wouldn't trust her with all the responsibilities that I have if she wasn't. He exchanges glances with me, but his look is different than Samira's. It's as if he's trying to apologize to me. Okay. Risky. Here we are then, a recommendation from Banu Hakim Primogen and then the sheriff. To tell you the truth, I was just throwing out ideas, but with this backing, I cannot doubt the nice clan representative will get the job done. I'm certain each of us feels the same, Mr. Payne. I feel like it's going to lead to my demise. The atmosphere in the room mostly suggests people are glad they don't have to discuss this topic. Any further? A shrug here and a bird gaze there. And as you say, I will watch the way she handles this situation with great interest. Well done, Mr. Whiskey. Looks like you got your chance for a big break. Nobody asked what I think. I have conditions. Just tell me what to do. Let's go sassy. Big break doesn't mean much by itself. All I see is a big responsibility being placed on my shoulder. What do I do to stand gain here exactly? Even though I normally jumped at the chance to be useful, I play it cool. All of a sudden, not only ever acknowledges my existence, but believes I can handle solving a tense criminal case. Something seems too good to be true. Let's not be vulgar now. You stand to improve your standing at the court. Yes, we can discuss the particulars based on your performance. I don't trust the court anymore. Yeah, they don't plan on giving me shit, figures. Good to know. It's not like I can refuse, but this is something I need to take into account while taking care of this case. I need a bargaining position if I want to get anything out of this. Yeah, I'll do it. Just point me to the right direction and tell me what to do. Excellent! That'll leave us with only one more matter, which I hope we can agree. What? Prince Panhard signals someone with her hand. The figures emerge from behind the corner. Oh, Catherine! Good evening. I have a strong feeling you're going to kill me. Catherine, what pleasant surprise. Nobody informed us you are in town. Addison, looking healthier than ever. What does Wise have to do with it? We need an impartial observer who everyone respects, and as it happens, Catherine always knew how to make friends on both sides without angering either. SMH? I beg to differ! I tried to kill this bitch. I'd be grateful if, just for once, you decide against throwing a tantrum about me, High Regent. A painful grimace crosses her iron face, but she's quick to interrupt the taunt as an invitation to a game she cannot possibly win. As long as she can prove herself useful to the proceeding in some way. It's half of what I heard about her from Mr. Van der Veend. Is that true? She should be able to. And what did the poor Carter say about me this time? Nothing specific, one always has to read between the lines with him, but he was mostly angry. Miss Whiz gracefully agreed to mediate between the Anarch representative and the Lasombra representative, ensuring mutual cooperation and mitigating potential conflict. SMH? That felt like a Freudian slip. Lasombra representative, not Camarilla representative. EA, someone who can catapulted from the sect without much damage to the ivory tower if they mess up. Interesting. So they're gonna blame my cast. Great. Is there a meeting set up? Arturo looks at the clock and the other side of the room. In less than an hour, you better hurry then. Ciao ciao. What the hell? All of this is happening so fast. If the situation is indeed under control, I will drive her and oversee the situation. Out of the question, you got your orders, Sheriff. Attend to those. You fool, the girl needs guidance. You fool! We need yours. Nobody knows what might happen next. But it's not as if the Anarchs have a lot of love for you, a la some as mine. You're too efficient in your duties for them to tolerate you, but spare me so risking having them to see you two together. Do you think my guidance of Julia will be lacking? Lacking? Kadir? I never said that. So do you have any objection to putting her under my care? He lowers his gaze but seems reassured. I'm going to die. None whatsoever. That's all I need to hear. We'll be going then. I'm going to die. Wasting no time as usual. I see. Have you at least tried aperitif today? Waiting is an old-person game, Helen. I still feel young. I remember, is there anything you need help with? Probably not, but I appreciate the thought nevertheless. Have a great night, everyone. I'll catch up with you later, Alice. I certainly hope you do. And so we leave in a rush, finally considering what she told me about being in a hurry yesterday. And scene. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this explosive status nos quos. What the fuck am I talking about? And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope, as usual, thank you for watching. It appears our dear friend Callahan is no more among us. Shame. I wish I could stab him a little bit, but it appears we will never have that opportunity. I believe it was Toki. I believe it was Team... let's call it Team Alpha. The previous team. They're probably gonna cut him up, you know? Makes sense. This is why they're so worried, actually. I believe Kadir is worried mainly because he's aware of who is the other group, probably. And that group is very capable and very dangerous. And how we know that? We build it. Anyway, as usual, have a lovely day, have a lovely evening, and